Yes. Yes, I know it's early. At least where I am, it's like 9 in the morning. But I don't know. Thought I'd do a live stream. Not sure how many people will show up. Of course, like, time zones are a thing, but I don't know. Okay, we do have some people joining in. I wasn't sure. Sorry for the background noise. I had to turn my air conditioner on because it's already disgustingly hot out and it's very early in the morning. But I'm doing well, thanks. Morning. Let me move my tripod. I have my tripod like on my legs, so that's not comfortable. There we go. But yeah, let's see. I don't know. I think in general doing the live streams with my tripod was a good idea because it means I don't have to hold my phone for an hour and a half. And it would always be really awkward when I did, and I could just kind of relax. But I don't know. I'm not like I don't have that much space where I sit. I'm in a corner. If you couldn't already tell from past streams, I'm in a corner. There's a wall like 5 inches behind me. Chair that I'm in is basically up against the wall, so not that much space, but the Wi-Fi in here is better than it is in my room where I film the rest of my videos. In fact, one time a few months ago on a stream, I walked into my room to try to get some cars, and the stream just started immediately lagging. So this is literally just across the hallway from my room. So what I'll do sometimes is I'll be like uploading a video and it says it's going to take a long time, and I just walk in here and it goes from taking like 10 minutes to taking 3 minutes. I don't know why the Wi-Fi is so much worse just down the hallway. It's a very short hallway. If you've seen any of my videos where I'm doing like the pullback racers from the Disney store, that's the hallway between my room and this room. And all that's there is like a bathroom in between where I filmed a bunch of videos as well. For whatever reason, the Wi-Fi is awful in my room, but if you walk into the bathroom or you walk into this room, it's great. And that's why I do the live streams in here. That's why the walls are purple instead of the blue that they are in all of my other videos. Here. I don't know how long we'll go for since it's not the usual time that I do my streams, but I did do one stream really early in the morning one time back in like May where I was repainting some cars for Ties Cars 4. And not that many people showed up compared to the usual amount, which is fine. Like, I knew it because it was the early morning, but you know, doing it this early probably isn't the best, but I wanted to do a live stream today, and yeah. Move the camera here. I always feel like I should have like more to do on the streams, but I just like talking on them, answering questions and stuff. but as you can see here, we've got the current Cars Adventures cast, everyone who is stuck in the real world in these episodes. I had to be really careful, because when I was doing my last season, I knew that it would end with everyone going to the real world. So I had to be really careful about who I chose to go on that road trip to the color change car wash, because I knew you're going to blow up the car wash and they're all going to end up in the real world. Who do you want to include? So I tried to include some characters that I don't usually do for road trip storylines. Luigi and Guido are never present when I've done like the Route 66 Dash in the past, so I thought it would be nice to include them. Chisaki, Harumi, and Kayandi all live in Prop Wash Junction in the series, so they were going to Prop Wash Junction, so it made sense. And I feel like these three are some pretty underutilized characters that I have to do a bit more with. And at the very least, at least I'm showing them in more episodes now, which means by default, they'll probably have more lines. It doesn't mean they're going to suddenly become super significant characters, but, yeah. How does Guido feel about being in an Oreo? I'm not sure, but I'm sure it's fine. Yeah, so I thought it would be nice. You got Harumi, Chisaki, and Kayandi in like a pretty significant role in a season. At the very least, they're going to be there doing a bit more than usual. Because usually they're barely shown. I realized that when I was doing an episode, when I was filming yesterday's episode, I realized that, like, I don't think Flo had said a single thing in the entire season so far, so I gave her some lines at the end of the episode. I wanted to spend some time to go over everyone's reactions to being in the real world. Of course, Francesco was freaked out, and he just wants to get back to their world as soon as possible, just so that he can be back to like his race fans and everything. But I'd say everyone else handled the situation pretty well. Whole season took a lot of planning, though. I'd say a lot more planning than usual. This and the last season. This and the last season took a whole lot of planning, because I had to not only plan out like I had to work out how I wanted the real world to work. You know, it took a lot more planning than usual. And I went through a bunch of different concepts and ideas for what I wanted, and I think what I've ended up doing is good. But obviously, when we're in this situation in Cars Adventures, there are gonna be Toy Story references. Because they're all toys here. Well, let's see, we got 20 episodes left in the season. A lot, obviously, is still gonna happen. You know, the difficult thing with this season is usually I have several plot lines in a season. This season that I'm currently doing really reminds me a lot of the original Cars Adventures 31st season, which was the one where the tuners were on the run, and every episode picked up where the last one left off. It's probably one of my favorite seasons. It's probably one of the darkest seasons I did, but I think it's probably some of my best work when it comes to Cars Adventures. It was telling the story of the tuners being on the run, and every episode, instead of having your typical Cars Adventures recap, it would feature a scene of what happened before and how the tuners ended up on the run. And with each episode, you'd basically be getting two different stories in each episode. The first half would be how they got on the run, and you would slowly piece it together, and the second half would be the aftermath. And I really like doing that season, especially for that concept of having the two stories that connect. And I feel like that's kind of similar to this season, because that season was just one plot line about one group of characters. Each episode is picking up where the last one left off, and this season of Cars Adventures is basically doing that. Each episode is, so far at least, is basically started where the last one left off. You're sort of doing it in like real time, and I can't guarantee that every episode is gonna pick up where the last one ended, but I feel like it's sort of a trend there, at least so far. But the difficult thing is, usually for a Cars Adventure season, I split it up into 2 or 3 different plot lines I'm doing over the course of the season, and here it's just one plot line, just with this one group of characters. But I think the whole concept of them being in the real world, I think it's a strong enough plot where I can do a lot of different things, and I don't have to be concerned about stretching out the season or anything. I can just fill the 24 episodes with them and their journey to get back and all that. But as for other videos, I got some good ones planned. Of course, we got Cars Adventures basically every day. The Okuni and Shigeko review is going to come out at some point. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. I haven't had much motivation to review them because they're just not the most interesting cars to me. But I do have a video that I've been working on, which is a whole discussion video, and I'm really proud of it. I have to get to editing it. I filmed it on Monday, and I told myself you're going to upload it. I think I told myself I'd upload it today. Hey, Cartendo, good to see you. But it's a whole, 11-minute video. It's one of my T-Tour Reviews Tied discussion videos, which I do every once in a while, but compared to the last one, this one is all voiceover, and it's all edited. And it's more than just a discussion. It's me going over my problems with the 2021 2-packs. I'm really proud of that video. I'm going to get it out at some point soon. And the thing with that video is I didn't know whether to do the Okuni and Shigeko review before or after my video on my problems with the 2021 2-packs. And I settled on after, so I'm working on that video. I gotta finish editing it. Because I feel like a lot of the points I'm gonna make in my review of Okuni and Shigeko, I already made when I recorded my video on my problems with the 2021 2-packs. So I think it's pointless to be like, oh, well, let me go over my problems with some of the 2-packs, and now, tomorrow, you can see this video where I go over my problems with the 2-packs for 11 minutes. So instead, switched it around. I'm doing my discussion on the, doing my discussion on my problems with the 2021 2-packs, and then I'm going to do the Okuni and Shigeko review the day after, basically. And that discussion, that discussion video was supposed to be out today, but I think because I'm doing the live stream now, I'm going to push it back to tomorrow. Even though, usually, the times I upload my videos, usually I try to get one out at 3 or 4 o'clock my time, and then the Cars Adventures episode, or just my second upload of the day, I usually do at 10:30 at night, basically, before, a little while before I go to bed. Metallic Blue Jackson Storm, that is, Steel Blue Jackson, I don't have him. He was a really weird case. He was a promo. From what I know, I think he was only available at, a promotional thing in Toys R Us Malaysia, as far as I know. So I don't have him. I don't really have an interest in getting him. There are so many Jackson Storms. I think that's the only Jackson I don't have, aside from his original color changer. But the Endurance Racer Jackson Storm is also a shiny blue. Although he is pretty different from Steel Blue Jackson, I'm fine with just the Endurance one, in all honesty. I don't really care enough to pick up the steel blue Jackson. I don't think I need another Jackson Storm at this point. Favorite Jackson Storm? I really like the Racing Red one. That was my first Racing Red car. It really, I really, really like that. I like the expression on it. I just think it looks really good. But um, I'm not sure. But a lot of the Jacksons, my problem with the Jackson Storms, and here we go. This is, like I said earlier, I'm doing a new discussion video on my problems with the 2021 2-packs. I don't like ranting or complaining in my videos a lot, but I want to do some more videos like that where I'm just addressing some issues I have. Jackson Storm, I could do a whole video on this. I honestly think that the Jackson Storm diecasts, they all look so similar. Um, like NASCAR Jackson Storm is probably my least favorite of the NASCAR cars, at least the racers. I wasn't a big fan of the pit crew Mater, but Jackson I feel like they really slacked on, and I wish they had done more with him, and I wish they had done something differently with him. Almost all of the Jackson Storms just look so similar to me, and that's why through my custom Jacksons, I tried to change it up. But I think my favorite is probably Racing Red, and he's nice, he's different. I like how he has a different expression too. Um, yeah, but I think I have all the Jackson Storms aside from Steel Blue and the original color changer, which compared to the main one from last year, which went from light blue to his normal dark gray, that went from his dark gray to a dark blue. That was actually pretty difficult to find some stuff on when I was doing my every single car episode on him the other day. That was pretty difficult because the World of Cars French database site, the World of Cars French database site, which is what I do for a lot of my research, despite the fact that it's in French, that hasn't labeled the 2019 Color Changer Jackson, which wasn't released in the US, and the 2020 Color Changer Jackson as two separate cars. So that was a bit difficult. I had to look into it. And obviously, when you're looking up the Color Changer Jackson Storm, things for the new one are going to come up. So I had to do some digging. My favorite Welcome to Radiator Springs car from the Made in Vietnam ones. The Welcome to Radiator Springs series has kind of let me down. In that first wave, you had some good re-releases like Sally with Tattoo and Blowing Bubbles Mater. But since then, I feel like they really dropped the ball. So I haven't really paid attention to them or the differences in their variants. But yeah, definitely a good question. But I don't know. I never really closely followed like the Made in Vietnam variants. I know a lot of people care a lot more about the differences from what country makes the cars than I do. Yeah, well, the case of Jackson, them not changing the black on him, that's just the typical case of Mattel only making one color metallic. Since obviously the gray on him and the black on him are different. But in the case of Racing Red, it was nice to see that got changed. Um, and this year we had Racing Red. Last year we had the Silver Collection. I wonder if they're going to keep doing that. As much as I really like the Racing Red series way more than I thought I would, I think they look great. They're probably some of my favorite metallic cars ever. I gotta say, I kind of missed the Scavenger Hunt series, because the Scavenger Hunt series was so weird. Like, the Scavenger Hunt series gave us some of the weirdest diecasts in the main line. Um, uh, like, metallic Nick stickers, they're so weird. Rumor that Mattel will stop making cars in 2023. I highly doubt that because you hear rumors like that all the time for all sorts of toy lines. I wouldn't believe it because the Cars Disney Plus show, the Cars Disney Plus show launches at the end of 2022, so doubt it. Yeah, I'd say it's definitely fake because we have I gotta say, I'm surprised that the Cars diecast line didn't stop after the release of Cars 3. But it's definitely going to continue because you have that Disney Plus show coming out now. And you know they're going to make a bunch of stuff for that. Every character in that show has a new design. Those are just like screaming, turn me into merchandise. Or else they wouldn't have given everyone a new design. But, yeah, I wouldn't believe it. I definitely wait for some, like, some more on that. I definitely, yeah, I'm not sure. I don't really believe that. But yeah, with the with the Disney Plus show coming out in late 2022, the Cars line ending in 2023 just doesn't make sense to me, especially because that show's probably going to run for several seasons. I just don't think they do that when they're bringing back the Cars series. But like I said, honestly, I'm surprised. If you send the link, I hope it works. A lot of times YouTube will like mark that as spam, and I can't like click to show it, which is unfortunate. Um, but uh, yeah, I gotta say I'm surprised that they didn't end the Cars line between, because we were in like a content dead zone for several years, and now we know we have a show coming out. So, yeah. I remember for years there was this rumor that Lego Star Wars was gonna end in 2022. I remember hearing this like a long, long time ago now. Uh, it's not true. They're still gonna keep going. Yeah. But you hear that for every toy line. You hear that for every show that's run for a long time. You always hear, "Oh, this is gonna end. This is gonna end." It's almost definitely not. Um, but I'm sure we'll hear about it. I'm sure it'll probably get debunked. I'd say if they haven't ended it yet, they're not going to end it, especially in a year where they're making a Cars show. Free ride rolled me. That's great. That's got to be a phrase now. It's like the Rick roll, but catchier. Yeah, I really highly doubt that. I'm just gonna call that off as fake. But sure, let's see. Got my laptop with me. We're gonna look into it, but I really highly doubt that because that's probably close to when they'd air a second season of the Cars show. Um, it doesn't make sense from like a marketing standpoint, just in general. I don't think. Yeah, the thing with Cars apparently is apparently I remember hearing this. It's Disney's most marketable, like best-selling franchise in terms of merchandise behind Frozen, and that's saying something. But I don't know. You're always gonna have rumors like that. You're always going to 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 have rumors like that. Yeah, I wonder when we'll get. I'm not sure when we'll get. How come Mattel is doing a good job with the Cars diecast, but the Thomas Friends toys are looking terrible? Yeah, yeah. That's a that's a very good point. I don't know, but part of it could be Mattel directly owns Thomas, and um, Disney and Pixar own Cars, so Christmas intro, Ramon. That's definitely interesting. I'll have to look into that. I haven't seen that yet. That's a weird one to make a Christmas variant of. It's actually kind of unfortunate because there are still more cars from Mater Saves Christmas that they haven't made. I'd probably rather get that than new ones entirely, but hey, any new Ramon to me is a good Ramon. It's always good to see new Ramones. Um, Yeah, it's I've said it before on streams. It's unfortunate what's happening with the Thomas stuff, just in general. It's as somebody who loved Thomas when I was younger. It's very sad to see. I grew up in like the hit entertainment age. I was growing out of Thomas when they switched over to CGI. I stopped watching after Misty Island Rescue, so that was what, 2010, 2011. I want to say 2010. Um, And it's just been sad to see because it seems that it got pretty good afterwards, and now it's just downhill. Now you have the 2D reboot, and man. Yeah, I wouldn't say that's the best way to go. I definitely not say that. Okay, Misty Island was 2010. Okay. Yeah, Mattel is doing a theme park, I heard. Yeah. That's going to be interesting. Do we know where that is? That seems like something they do. I'm probably in Europe. Yeah, it's really I've definitely said this on streams before, but it's very unfortunate to see where Thomas has gone. Um, Man. Oh, in Arizona. Okay, so it is in the U.S. Interesting. I'll have to see what's up with that. Um, yeah, it's sad to see them disrespecting a franchise that's been around for. Last year, Thomas celebrated its 75th anniversary, and the show's been running for since the 80s. And it's so sad to see that this is where they go. They don't act like trains anymore. They don't. They're bouncing around. You'll hear a lot of people compare it to Chuggington, and honestly, I never watched Chuggington, but yeah, they I think Thomas Wooden Railway, who is like the Thomas YouTuber, because his name is literally Thomas Wooden Railway, and he's been on YouTube for the longest time. It's so unfortunate. I think he really worded it very well on a live stream once. I don't want to misquote him, but he said something along the lines of like, they don't want Thomas to be a train anymore. They want him to be able to do all these things, and when you're working with trains, you're confined to a track. Like, think about cars. A car can drive out anywhere. A train is confined to a train track, and it really seems like they wish Thomas didn't have to be a train and run on tracks. Because as a train, he's confined. He's got to stay on these tracks. He's got to do these things. And it seems they just don't want him to be... It seems they just don't want him to be a train anymore. And as a train, he's stuck to it. He's stuck to train tracks. He has to be on train tracks to move, because he's a train. But I'm betting you guys the next step for the Thomas series at this point is that he's no longer even going to be a train. Like, he's not going to need train tracks anymore. At this point, I feel like that's probably what they're going to do next with him. What? A train running on train tracks? He doesn't need that. What are you talking about? Disgraceful, disgusting, despicable. Wow, you both said that at the same time. Definitely, I could agree. And I saw these animatics leaked. I'm not sure if they're real, but I think they were. Oh, they're so unfortunate. Thomas is being squashed around. He's not a train anymore. He's not a train. Yeah, I didn't know Chuggington was getting rebooted. What's up with rebooting things so soon after they ended? No, regarding Mattel losing the rights to Cars, again, I definitely wouldn't believe that. Yeah, I mean, I understand why they switched from the model series to CGI. And I really wouldn't mind if they went back to CGI. I never had a problem with CGI. It was upsetting. It was definitely upsetting at first to see everything be CGI, but I think they embraced it. I think they did very well when they were like a little while in. The animation got pretty good. Like pretty good for TV animation. I think when it comes to TV CGI, I think the standard to beat is the Clone Wars, which still really holds up to this day for the first seasons being from like 13 years ago. But like the CGI Thomas seasons, I think they ended up getting pretty good. Um, Opinion on Hero of the Rails. I haven't seen it in a decade. Um, but I definitely remember enjoying it. Um, but it's just a shame. And you look, there were so many Thomas characters, and if you look at this, they've just reduced the cast. Okay, they're all tiny now. They're children, and like Gordon is like the parental figure. Sir Topham Hatt has just been reduced to a joke. Let's see. Let's go on the Thomas Wiki. I'm gonna read. Actually, the Thomas Wiki has created a new wiki for All Engines Go because it's technically a different show. Um, it's technically a different show, and it's so unfortunate to see. Oh, Clone Wars is so good. Um, okay, let's see. Oh man, and it's Thomas starts soon. It starts in October. Man, so unfortunate. It's gone to 11-minute episodes, just like your typical cartoon. It seems they're trying to modernize it, but in modernizing it, they're just completely ruining it. And it's sad to see. Yeah, regarding Nia and Rebecca, I think there are better ways you could integrate characters into your series than what they did with them. I have nothing against introducing new characters or trying to add more types of characters and all that, but I think the way that they were brought in wasn't very well handled. Um, but I think they've really been failing in their attempts to like modernize Thomas, and the epitome of their failures is this All Engines Go reboot. It's just not Thomas. It's so sad. And like you got Diesel is just like a happy child now. What happened to him? The guy had devious in his name, and now he's just like But we can't have a villain in Thomas. Respect the classics, man. Yeah. Yeah, the good thing is that, well, it's a shame to see that this is where it's going, but we still have we still have it's good that we still have the classic episodes. Yeah, the Unlucky Tugs video on Big World Big Adventures, I watched that when he did it. It was definitely a very good analysis, I think. Yeah, the Bob the Builder reboot. I loved Bob the Builder when I was little. The CGI Bob the Builder himself, the character, looks terrifying. No, yeah, the Cars Disney Plus show isn't going to be any different. It's, oh hey, the Monsters Inc. show comes out in a few days, so that's nice. Um, Good to know we already know the Cars show is CGI and all that. I'm really excited to see what characters they'll bring back for the Cars show, though. If they're going on a road trip, there's a lot you can do. And hopefully they do more with the concept than they did with the new ride. I'm sorry, I'm still still upset over the new Cars ride in Paris. But I really want them to release merchandise for that Dinoco tanker. Yeah, old Bob the Builder was great. The theme song just got stuck in my head, man. Yeah, I gotta say, I'm a little disappointed. I'm definitely underwhelmed by that new Cars ride. I did a whole video analyzing it. I think the comments that I saw, I linked a video of like a full ride through, which is where I took my footage from. Everyone was saying it feels like such a temporary ride. Like, it feels like it's just there to hold people over until they replace it. And I think that's a pretty good way to put it. Chuggington was always Disney Junior, actually, I thought. Yeah, I think Chuggington was always on Disney. Yeah, it used to be the studio tour. What's now the Cars Road Trip. I just feel like there's so little to see on it, and I'm disappointed. It feels cheap to me. And that's something rare to say nowadays with Disney rides. If you look at what Disney has recently done, like the Avengers Campus just opened, that looks awesome. Galaxy's Edge is just insane. I know, I've been to Galaxy's Edge. Absolutely insane. Just how far they go with everything. And Cars Land is another prime example. Cars Land is a perfect land in the Disney parks. They really, nowadays, they take it to a whole nother level with immersion. The Avatar Land, Pandora, and Animal Kingdom, it's so good. The world's biggest map. Yes, my favorite thing. Wow, look, it's a big wrench. Wow, look, it's a big map. Look, it's a giant lug nut. That's the new Cars ride. And I hate to sound like the old man sitting in his chair saying, back in my day, things were better. But the other Cars rides are far superior. But, man, Disney goes so above and beyond nowadays with everything. But it's a Big Mac, yeah. It's unfortunate that, I don't know, it feels cheap compared to the other recent stuff Disney has been doing. Like, think about like the Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railroad, whatever it is. I haven't been on it, but that's crazy. That's a crazy good ride. Yeah, Racing Academy is still open. I've actually never been there. I've never even watched it. But I don't mind it. It's nice to have, I think. But if you look at the old ride, the old Catastrophe Canyon, it's literally Car-tastrophe Canyon now. And they just replaced the oil tanker with the Racing Academy is in Florida. It's in Hollywood Studios. This other ride, the Route 66 road trip, is in Paris, which I definitely thought was interesting. They were putting a Cars ride in Paris. Of course, my immediate thought was, "Oh man, I'm not going to be able to go on it," but I don't really mind. Yeah, McQueen's Racing Academy, I think it opened in 2019. I was last in Disney World in 2018, and I was in Disneyland in 2019. Yeah, the McQueen animatronic in the Racing Academy show is just super impressive. Their animatronics have been insane. If you see, like, the Kylo Ren, like the Kylo Ren animatronic on Rise of the Resistance, that's crazy good. That's crazy good. Um, he's wearing his helmet, but canonically at that point in the timeline, his helmet is broken. But still, crazy good animatronic. And another case of Disney really pulling all the stops. But this one, I think those comments were very accurate when they said it feels so temporary. And it's not. They painted the whole backside of a building like a giant map. I don't think that's temporary. I will say, though, I think it was very clever disguising the Ratatouille show building with, the world's largest map. Man, I can't get over it. If you think about it, it really is very, very dumb. But I don't mind. Any new Cars content is good in my book. Because then I get to at least do a video on it, and if I don't like it, then at least I can make a few jokes about it, like the world's largest map. Whoever came up with that. What if the first 5 minutes of our 10-minute ride is just large car themed items? Why is McQueen driving through a giant lug nut? Why is he there? And Luigi and Guido are hanging out with them. What's their purpose? Why are they there? Aside from their main characters in the series. I wonder how I was bored on that. I was bored, and I watched all 4 hours of the Snyder Cut. I watched all 4 hours of the Justice League Snyder Cut, and I wasn't bored by that, but somehow I was bored by this 9-minute Disney ride. That's probably a bad comparison, but you get the point. I don't know how a kid could stay entertained by the Cars road trip. You know, there's yeah, definitely, and I'm always happy. I like the fact that they keep revisiting the road trip concept, and I'm glad that it's not a race themed thing in the new Cars show. But I don't know. I just wish there were more. And if I don't know how a young kid would stay entertained by that ride. There really isn't all that much to see. If you're a little kid who loves Lightning McQueen, he's in it for like 5 seconds inside a lug nut. So, yeah, that's it for him. It's good to see Cruz again. I'm glad that she got a major role, because we're kind of in like a lost zone as to what happens to all the characters following Cars 3. You know, it's been really interesting to see post-Cars 3 content. Oh, Radiator Springs Racers is great, definitely. Bobby Screwchip would have a role in the series. I'm not giving up on that. Now I've heard that Billy Ray Cyrus is supposed to be a character in it. I'm not sure how true these casting rumors are, but it seems that they just got a bunch of names of like Disney Channel actors. Corbin Blue is Cam Spinner. Billy Ray Cyrus. I hear Mitchell Musso's supposed to be in it. That's as valid as people saying that Shia LaBeouf is in the MCU's reboot of the X-Men, which hasn't even been announced. Should you put the Nomad on the last 90? For those of you who don't know, Robin Tails Fighter, for me, he made a whole list of all the cars that I haven't reviewed. Um, well, in the last Cars Adventures episode, I technically reviewed him, didn't I? Do you consider that a review? That episode was called The Review. So I'm not sure about that. Yeah, you don't have to put him on it. It's fine. Technically, I reviewed him. I should put that in my review playlist. That'd be funny. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, there are always so many rumors floating around. I don't know I don't know why Bobby Swift's crew chief would be there. Like why Bobby Swift is no longer racing and Danny has a different crew chief, so I don't really know like why they would include him or why Phil Tankson would be there. Yes, but we don't see Harv. So is Harv a pre-existing character? They brought in Robert Downey Jr. Considering that Marvel can't get Robert Downey Jr. for the What If show, and considering the fact that the Cars show can't get Owen Wilson back as McQueen, I highly doubt they'll get Robert Downey Jr., but that would be very funny if he suddenly shows up. Yeah, I don't know. It depends on what it is for me. I pay really close attention to Lego rumors and like action figure rumors. Um, but when it comes to like fake cast lists, um, I never really pay much mind to them. I just assume most of them are fake. Most of the time they end up being fake. You hear um it's programmed by Chickens to spy on the Queen. Keanu Reeves gonna cast his animated characters. Yeah, he's in that DC's like Super Pets movie. Yeah, it's gonna be Keith Ferguson. I don't mind his McQueen. I actually never realized it was a different guy. I think his McQueen is pretty good. Personally. But Owen Wilson is too busy helping out the TVA, so you know we couldn't get him. Um, but yeah, I never pay attention to like cast listings like that. Like I said, again, I just mentioned like MCU X-Men rumors. You hear like every other day, there's a new rumor for this actor is going to be in this movie. This actor's going to be in this movie. Blah 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 blah. You always hear it, and it's rarely ever true. Yeah, I think his McQueen voice is spot on. Personally, I think Chick Hicks in Cars 3, in my opinion, I don't think he was that good compared to Michael Keaton's. Uh, Compared to Michael Keaton's Chick Hicks, I don't think Chick Hicks in Cars 3 was that good. I don't know. It just doesn't sound like it to me. But I knew going in. Here's the thing. I knew going into Cars 3 that it wasn't the same person playing Chick Hicks. So, thoughts on the 2021 Cars? And yeah, Michael Keaton was 1989. He was Batman, and then in Batman Returns, just watching Spider-Man: Homecoming the other day. He was the Vulture in that too. He's been all over the place. He's done a ton. Michael Keaton was actually also Ken in Toy Story 3, um, which I always forget. Thoughts on the 2021 Cars line? I think the singles are good. I wish that there were more new cars from things other than Cars 3, and I'm let down by the 2-packs and deluxes, but I think the re-releases are really solid, and I think the new releases are all really good. Yeah, Chick Hicks has a different voice actor in 3. But I think, no offense to the voice actors on Cars 3 Driven to Win, but I think that might have the worst voice cast out of any Cars thing ever. Because they sound, oh man, they sound nothing like any of the characters. I don't know. I don't think my Chick Hicks voice is that good. So, my Mrs. Potato Head from Toy Story, on the other hand, I think that impression is far superior to my Chick Hicks. I don't really try with my Chick Hicks voice. I just talk like this. I'm Chick Hicks now. Yeah. I considered trying to do a better Owen Wilson impression for Ties Cars 4, but as I've said before, I can only do the wow. What characters from Cars 3 do I think will be in the road trip series? I gotta do a whole series. That's what I gotta do. I gotta do a whole series on how I'd handle the Cars road trip series. I think Cruise is a given. At one point, I hope. I think Smokey and the Legends could appear, although I believe the actor for either Junior Moon or River Scott recently passed away, but maybe they just won't have him speak. They could use archive audio. As for Lizzie, whose voice actor also passed away a few years ago, I've got a feeling Lizzie's going to be in it. Yeah, the tuners better show up in that. They couldn't get... Yeah, Larry the Cable Guy has been Mater in literally everything. How couldn't they get him in Driven to Win? It's so weird. Yeah, it was Junior's. But I feel like Smokey and the Legends could definitely appear. And I think Cruise is a given. I think we'll see a race in at least one episode. You're doing a road trip show. I think you need the tuners in there. It's been too long. Tuners versus the Road Dents. Gotta love the Road Dents, my favorite characters in Ties Cars 4. About those guys, the Road Dents were supposed to be in the movie a lot more originally, but... Yeah, why did they do Cam and Rich? I don't know why they chose the two of them over anybody else. Where was Cal? Why was... I could go all day about the weird choices in Driven to Win. Why was Guido playable but not Luigi? Why did we have Guido? Why was Guido playable but not Luigi? It doesn't make sense. It's so odd. The choices they made for Driven to Win. Cars 2, the video game, is far superior, I think. Yeah, why was Mater... Well, Mater the Greater was there because they had the stunt challenges, which, in my opinion, were the worst part of the game. Why did Driven to Win have such a limited character roster? I've said it on streams before. My favorite video games are ones where you have, like, a lot of playable characters. That's why I love, like, all the Lego video games so much. I just love... One of my favorite parts of video games like that is just being able to unlock new characters that I can play as. And Driven to Win really let me down there. Cars 2, the video game, has so many different characters and so many great characters. You had variants. Driven to Win really let me down. Yeah, Mario Kart 8 gives you all the characters from the start, though. I think with the exception of, like, a gold Mario. I don't know. I usually play as Rosalina in Mario Kart. There's a fun fact. Yeah, Fast as Lightning was awesome. I miss Fast as Lightning. I actually never owned Cars 2, the video game, but my library has it. I need to buy it because it's probably my favorite. What happened to my second channel? I ask myself that every day, and I hope to bring it back, but honestly, I don't know what to do with it. Yeah, I don't know why I always play as Rosalina in Mario Kart, but I do. Yeah. No, Fast as Lightning was good. Mobile games, honestly, I think they're getting really good. Hey, as long as it's not Pink Gold Peach, I don't have a problem with who you play as in Mario Kart 8. I just hope the next Mario Kart has a silver baby cat, pink gold Racing Red Daisy. Yeah, the Cars 3 mobile game was just... Now we're all roasting Pink Gold Peach. Man, who's next? What's next? Green Gold Luigi Racing? Come on, Racing Red Mario for Mario Kart 9, guys. Come on. We got Silver Mario. I think we have Gold Mario in there. We need Racing Red Mario. Someone call up Nintendo. Get him in as an alt in Smash. We need Racing Red Mario. Maybe. You know what? Let's not stop there. As long as we're campaigning for that. Oh, Avalanche shut down when it was being made. Okay. Pink Gold Racing Red. Yeah. Pink Gold Racing Red, Silver Metallic Gold, and XRS Carbon Racer Waluigi. Great. And while we're at it, let's get Candace from Cars Race-O-Rama into Smash Bros. Race-O-Rama released on the Wii. Candace was only ever in that. She hasn't appeared anywhere else. Let's get Candace from Cars Race-O-Rama into Super Smash Bros. Let's do it. Come on. The next time they do like the Smash ballot, just put her in there. Candace from Cars Race-O-Rama. I don't know what she would do. She was like the worst character in that game, but Candace drives into the scene. Candace just complains a lot. Man, now I feel the need to make a parody reveal trailer for Candace being in... Do we want Candace and Stinger to be a double character? Hold on, who should we have? Let's get, you know what, forget Candace. Let's get Koji from Cars Mater National in there. Let's get Koji in there. You know, the guy that just looks like Tibinyu from Tokyo Mater. Let's get him in there. Or let's get, what were the other ones? Goodman, the one that looks like Manji Otto was his name. The power of complaining. That's her final smash. She just complains all day. Candace and Emma. You know what? Let's just have all the Cars characters in Smash Bros. Come on. But only the ones that were only in video games. Luigi has a skin for Luigi, and Mario Andretti has a skin for Mario. Exactly, there we go. Yeah, Emma is the one that looks like identical to Cho for whatever reason. There we go. But there, get him into Smash Bros. I'd play as Candace. I would. I'd buy the Candace DLC. What would Candace's stage be? What would Candace's stage be? Let's see. I don't know where you race, Candace. Yeah, I don't know where... I don't know where you race, Candace. A makeup store. Yeah, come on, we need to... Let's get some DC characters in Super Smash Bros. It's really, honestly, literally anyone getting in Smash isn't really a isn't that difficult. I mean, the Joker got into Mortal Kombat. VINs for Smash Bros. Yeah, come on. If we need to find the definitive car. Whoa, I think it's Candace. Sorry, I kicked my tripod. I think it's Candace for Smash Bros. Get the VINs in there as like a spirit. It's fine. El Guapo brags about his gold bait. Yes, El Guapo. Where's El? Oh, there we go. El Guapo should be in Smash. That's who we need instead. Power of Great Scott. Yeah, get Doc in there. Get every character that's not from a video game in Smash. Man, Now we're just gonna get to the point where we just start saying names of random people and characters and saying they should be in Smash Bros. Um, El Guapo. El Guapo is super underrated. I always forget he exists, and I have a custom of him. Yeah, El Guapo. And his final smash, he would paint you gold. That's what he would do. And then he would brag about you, and he would pick you up and he'd throw you off the stage. There, that's what we need. Steve Herschel, yeah. Come on. Get Steve Herschel in there. He's not even from a video game, but they'll make an exception because everyone loves Steve Herschel. Because he's Steve Herschel. You can't go wrong with Steve Herschel. I don't know. I bought the first fighter pass for Smash Ultimate. I'm yet to buy the second one. I don't have the Piranha Plant either. But I don't know. I'm waiting for them to announce all the characters. All right, thanks for being here, Bruce Miller 64. See ya. Yeah, I have the first fighter pass, but I didn't get the second one yet. I don't know. I've just been waiting. I got it though. I got to play as Steve for Minecraft. Stop selling cars. That's incredibly annoying. I know what it's like, although like the main toy stores here haven't stopped selling cars, but man. Count Spatula. Yeah, get Count. Count Spatula is the weirdest Cars character. He's just he's just so weird. Like, why is Count Spatula a character that exists in Cars? I don't get what his deal is. But yeah, yeah, the Sonic DLC in Minecraft, definitely interesting. I don't know, I gotta look into the Star Wars DLC they did. It's interesting to see this Minecraft DLC. I've had an on and off relationship with Minecraft. I know I'm... Alright, thanks for being here, World Grand Prix Production, see ya. I know I'm super late to the party, but last week I started playing Fortnite. Because it's apparently still 2017 to me. But, it's fine, I've enjoyed it. They brought Thanos back, but I can't afford him. And I don't feel like spending real money to be able to buy the Thanos skin. Poor Thanos, he just wanted to kill half of all life, and we turned him into a meme. If you go to, like, the item shop in Fortnite, they have Ant-Man for sale right next to Thanos. You know they put them next to each other for a reason. But I started playing it because of all of the crossovers they keep doing. And I wish I had started playing it a few months ago when they put the Mandalorian in, but... Nah. I missed my chance. I should have, in all honesty, I should have played it last year when they did a whole Marvel-themed season. But I didn't. Thanos struck. Yeah, my favorite Cards character. But yeah, I started playing it because of all of the, all the crossovers they keep doing. And a few months ago, like 93, because Fortnite's had like this whole legal issue with Apple, 93 page paper leaked on like future crossovers they were gonna do, and that's what sold me. Even though Samus from Metroid was apparently supposed to be in Fortnite and was canceled. I think she was supposed to be in there when they added Master Chief or something like that. And that's unfortunate. Would have been nice to have her in there, but hey, they're making Metroid Dread, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, you were watching my older Hunt videos. For some reason, I didn't get Shigeko no Kuni in a store. Yeah, I used to see him all the time. I used to not buy every item I saw, but now, man, I don't know. I've been trying not to spend actual money in Fortnite because I don't want to, but I don't know. It's difficult. Because I don't have like their battle pass, and you have to pay for that with in-game currency, of which I have 100, and I need like 960. And oh, you could just pay with real money, and then we'll do it. But I don't want to pay $8. Man, but you know, it's a free game. That's how they make their money. So, I don't know. I got a number one in like my third game ever. I don't know how that. I don't know how that happened. Um, but I've been playing it a lot over the past week. I don't understand how it got so popular. But yeah, I gotta get the $19 Fortnite card. I don't understand how honestly I don't get how it got so popular, but it's fine. I've enjoyed it. What I've played so far. um, I think I've gotten a number one twice. Again, like the first time was somehow it was like my third game I ever played, and I don't know how that happened. I don't, because at that point I'm not even sure I knew what each of the buttons did. But video on the World Grand Prix racers that never made it into the movie. That's definitely a good idea. I did one a few years ago on Fabrizio, potentially being planned to be a World Grand Prix racer. And I went into that a bit there. I want to do a new story of soon. Probably. Probably because, no, I'm probably going to do my updated Zill video. Because I'm really not a fan of my Zill video. I think I sound so uninformed, and I wish I'd done more research. And that Zill video blew up in the last few years. And I want to do an update to the Zill video, but I also really want to cover the history of the Luigi's Flying Tires ride. And I think that'd be an interesting story of... I gotta do a new Have You Heard Of soon, also. On the subject of videos like that. I did the Have You Heard Of on the Dancing with the Cars, which is probably one of my favorite videos I've ever done. The Dancing with the Cars. I think my next Have You Heard Of might be on Count Spatula. But I love just discussing obscure media. I want to do another, like... I want to do another... I want to do another, like, music-themed one, I think. Favorite Lego YouTuber? That's a good question. You can't go wrong with Jang Bricks. He's been so good. I've watched him for years. I don't know. I watched just a lot of the main ones. Brick Attack, actually, is my personal favorite. I love his style. He just does... he's probably one of my favorite channels in general. He just does these, like, casual... He basically calls them, like, Lego vlogs with his son. I've always enjoyed his stuff for years. But I watch a lot of, like, the main Lego channels. Just Too Good. M&R Productions, I've watched a lot. Him and his need to get the 501st Battle Pack. Yeah. Favorite Cars YouTuber. My favorite Cars channel is this great guy. You've probably never heard of him. His name is Ty2. He hasn't uploaded in like over a year. He deleted all of his videos a few years ago, and it's really a shame. And I hope he starts uploading soon. But I hear he says he doesn't really know what to do with that channel, which is a shame because I'm sure his audience would love to see more additional content. But I don't know what he would put on that channel anyway. I have a lot of B-roll. I have from my dancing with the stars cars video. I have 6 minutes uncut of me playing Just Dance. I have I have all of it. I have 6 minutes straight of me dancing in Just Dance 2015, and I hope to one day release it. And in all honesty, I think I think what I'm gonna do when I hit 4,000 subscribers, I'm gonna upload the 6 minutes uncut of me dancing in Just Dance. I think that would be so funny. But what I plan to do so that I don't get a copyright strike, I plan to play the songs on kazoo instead, and that's my 4,000 subscriber special. That's what I plan to do. Release the six release the 6 minutes and just do a kazoo cover of all the songs, including I'm Han Solo. But I'm not kidding. I think that would be so funny. I love having like my running jokes and everything, and all that sort of stuff. Han Solo. Make a kazoo cover of Free Ride. Sorry guys, my channel is no longer doing car reviews. We will now only do kazoo covers of songs. Record labels, when they release a tie of 6 minutes of songs, it's free real estate. I gotta do kazoo covers of all of the Cars Adventure songs. I gotta do a kazoo cover of what was it, Race and Win from Ties Cars 4. I've been planning on releasing the songs I did for Ties Cars 4 separately. T music covers tie, T kazoo covers tie. Kazoo cover of Never Gonna Give You Up. The next Cars Randomness Movie Edition will instead be just all the songs played on kazoo instead. Instead of me risking copyright, they're just all gonna be kazoo. You're gonna get kazoo rickrolled. It's gonna be great. I'm Han Solo on kazoo. But I'm not kidding. That's my plan for my 4,000 subscriber special. I'm gonna do more than just that. But as part of it, we're at like 3,530 now. So hopefully in a few months, you'll be able to see the full uncut 6 minutes of me dancing with with the music replaced with the kazoo, unless that somehow falls through, unless unless it just doesn't work out. Yeah, I've wanted to do gameplay videos for the Cars games. I've wanted to do that, but you're gonna do a piano cover. Non-copyright kazoo tie. That's perfect. You're gonna do a cover of Race and Win on the piano. So bad at figuring out the notes, you just quit and gave up. You blame me. Man, should have sang less terribly and more clearly. Here's the thing. There are no notes. There are no notes because I don't play any instruments. There was no background music. It was just all a cappella. And then I realized that it sounded like a bunch of other songs that I knew, like concerningly so. And I just thought to myself, wait a minute, did I just sample other songs by accident? I think the more difficult one to play would be my song from the credits, which is my favorite song. Probably one of my favorite songs I've ever done for my channel. Which is, Find Him. I get Find Him stuck in my head. And I'm like, dude, why is this song stuck in my head? I made this song. And it's funny for me to think, and it makes me think, like, did singers get their own song stuck in their head? Did they get kazoo covers of their own song stuck in their heads? No longer Willie's Butte. Yeah, it's Willie's kazoo now. It looks like a kazoo flipped upside down. If you really want to stretch it there, it can look like a kazoo flipped upside down. It'll be a sequel to the Kazoo Racers from that One Cars Randomness episode. Where we had the Kazoo Racers. Those were pretty good. Yeah, I wish I could help you if you want to do the piano version of the songs I've done. I wish I could help you, but I don't know what the notes are. I had years ago. I actually wrote the notes to the Redline theme. The bum 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 bum. I don't know where that is. Actually, I'm in a room with the piano right now. This is the room in my house that has the piano, but I have not taken the time to learn it. And I had the notes for the Redline theme written on a sticky note, but I don't have it anymore. We do have several piano books here in case I want to learn anything. I've got them right over here. We got a book of the piano versions of Taylor Swift songs, and a book of the piano versions of Queen music. My favorite part of that is it's the piano. We have the piano book for Bohemian Rhapsody, which was the Queen biopic movie from a few years ago. And the first song in the book is the piano version of the 20th Century Fox theme music. And that's just so funny to me that they put it in there. You open the book. Hold on, I'm going to get it. You open the book. Let's see. Yeah, okay. So, you open the book, and the top one there, 20th Century Fox trademark. That's amazing. I find that so funny. And they have they had the audacity to make it be the first one. To make that the first song in the book. I guess they're in order that they were in that movie. I don't think I've seen that movie in its entirety, but I know the last 20 minutes is just him shot for shot being Freddie Mercury, and that the drummer in his band was Angel in X-Men 3: The Last Stand. You know, the X-Men movie with the Juggernaut, which might unironically be my favorite X-Men movie. You know, the X-Men movie starring James Marsden as Cyclops, who was the guy with Sonic in the Sonic movie. I never watched the Sonic movie. I'm sorry that I never watched the Sonic movie. There are a lot of movies that I've made jokes about, but haven't seen. My favorite X-Men movies are like First Class and Days of Future Past. But I mean, Logan is like a perfect movie. I haven't seen either of the Deadpools, but I gotta. But Logan is so good. I mean, it's absolutely brutal, violent movie, but it's really good. Yeah, definitely. I've seen parts of Deadpool. I need to get around to watching those. I didn't watch the New Mutants movie from last year. But yeah, Race and Win is stuck in my head now too. I've had I have the power. Yeah, the X-Men movies, but it's not out in America. But in other countries, they have an additional tab on Disney Plus. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not like a big fan of horror movies. The only thing that I've seen that I guess I'd count as a horror movie is a Quiet Place, which is so good. I haven't seen the sequel yet. I plan to see the sequel. The Black Widow movie, that finally comes out next week. It's been a while. That's going to be pretty good. I've seen some early reviews. I'm really excited. We're like 6 months away from the next MCU Spider-Man, which I'm really excited to see that. Yeah, I won't tell you anything about Black Widow. Create absolute generic songs that are horrible so that you won't get your own song stuck in your head. There you go. That's how you do it. I think it's so funny that I've gotten the song, the fact that I have made songs that have gotten stuck in people's heads. I find that I don't know. I'm kind of proud of myself for that. Yeah, I did see Luca. Luca was very good. I was surprised that there was not a reference to Luigi in it. Kazumi and Rhapsody, great. Yeah, I think Luca was really good. I don't think it's definitely not Pixar's best work. It just, but it's so good. It made me hungry the whole time. The animated food just looked too appetizing, but it was very good. I really liked it. There was a character named Guido, yes. Yes, I've seen all of the MCU shows. Nobody spoil the most recent Loki episode. I have seen it, but I don't want to spoil it. I think they've all been good. WandaVision's finale definitely disappointed me, but I thought that was really good. Falcon and the Winter Soldier is probably one of the best TV shows I've ever seen, and Loki has been really enjoyable so far. Yeah, Raya and the Last Dragon, I watched that a few weeks ago. That was really good too. I think that movie, I think Raya and the Last Dragon is really going to go under the radar, like in the future, just because of how it was released. But I think actually it's Raya's no longer paid access. I waited until they put it up for free. It's on there. It's on Disney Plus for free now. And I think it's, yeah. So go watch it. I think it was very good, but I think unfortunately it's really gonna fall under the radar, just because of how it was released. But I think it was good, and I don't think we should let it get underrated. But no, definitely got it. It went to some pretty dark places. Yeah, yeah. Disney releases their movies on Disney Plus with paid access, but not Pixar. Yeah, that I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like they're kind of doing Pixar a disservice because, in my opinion, Pixar's movies have been better. Most overrated Cars character. Can I say Mater? Am I am I allowed to say Mater can kind of be overrated? I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't feel like anyone is really overrated. Dadgum. Uh, but I really like Mater, so I'm not sure. Okay, I won't. I'll take it back. I'm sorry. Rip Gonski is kind of overrated. I think that's a very good point. Yeah. But like he's sort of like the forgotten character, so people really like him. Take it from me, I absolutely love background characters. You know who's overrated? Harv. Harv is an overrated character. And honestly, I'd say Steve Urkel's kind of overrated for like we don't even see the front of him in the movie. Says the guy who made Steve Urkel a major character in his ongoing YouTube series, but still. For how little we see of Steve, I feel like Steve is honestly up there. Steve is not. I don't think Steve is overrated because of me. I think Steve is. I don't think I have enough influence to make a character overrated. I think Steve, just because he's such a cool looking character, I think he's pretty overrated. I think maybe like Greg Candyman, but Greg Candyman, I love Greg Candyman's design, but I think maybe he could be a bit overrated. Yeah, I don't know. But I don't want to disrespect Greg Candyman. That guy is great. Should have been in Cars 3. Yeah, the tuners being overrated. I can see that. DJ Boostwingo and Snot Rod were in a lot, and I mean a lot of stuff following the first Cars movie. But unfortunately, since then, they haven't appeared in much. So I think at one point, I'd say like in 2010, where they were on every piece of merchandise, I'd say they were overrated then, but not anymore now. Yes, yeah, I think Steve is, yeah. I'm gonna say Steve is overrated. Okuni and Shigeko, I just found him at a Target the other day. Yeah, like what I don't need to go on. I could go on and on about Steve's Claude Scruggs. That's another good one. You guys have some really good answers. Yeah, yeah. Ty is the most overrated Cars character by far, definitely. Yeah, I think so, man. But you guys have had some really good answers. Um, some very good points. Fred, I'm not sure. They do a lot with. They did do a lot with Fred, though, didn't they? I don't think I would be able to continue making YouTube videos if I said that the Apple cars are overrated. I think I don't know, that I might have to leave the internet after saying that. Um, You know, but the thing with Apple cars, there's a big deal around the Apple cars, of course. So, you know, it's a whole thing. McQueen is properly rated. Yeah, let's stop going over who's hold on. Let's stop going over who's overrated. Let's go to who's properly rated. Who's not overrated or underrated? Who's rated at the same at the same thing. The rest of the case, the rest of the 2-pack case, I don't know who's in it. I think everyone else is a re-release. At least from what I know. When will Herb and Aiden strike? Can't say. You know who else I think is overrated a bit? Frosty, the Australian World Grand Prix car. I feel like he's a little overrated. This is the Steve voice. There you go. It's absolutely insane. I think my Steve voice is based off of Craig from SML. I think that's what it is. Hello. Whatever happened to Kevin Racing Tire? He's hanging out. He's in his usual spot. Does Frosty count as a World Grand Prix car? Because he didn't race. I'm gonna go on record and say I think what's his name? The guy in Fernando, I think his name was, and the one alternate version of Cars 2, the one who doesn't have a die cast, him. I think he's pretty underrated because he didn't get a die cast. Yeah, Fernando Alonso. Why did I forget his name? I thought that was... I think a lot of the next gens are pretty overrated. But, you know, it's all personal preference. It's all whatever characters you like the most. Frosty became the mascot after Globey popped. Poor Globey. I feel like M-Fast Fong was a bit overrated. But, you know, any of these last next gens... I think any of these last next gens are probably overrated. Just because everyone's waiting on them. Yeah, I didn't bring Monster Mutt Poodle here. I actually don't know where he is currently. He's right behind me! Ah! This guy remembers the name of Blinky, don't miss it, nobody cares. Yeah, okay, I do it, I'm sorry. I thought that was, I was just making sure, I wasn't sure. Yeah, but anyway, guys, I think, I'm not sure how much longer we're gonna go here. Probably gonna stop pretty soon. Let me just go check something real quick. Yeah. Think it's probably about time we wrap it up here. We've gone for about like 90 minutes now. We'll go for maybe a tiny bit more, but yeah, definitely definitely planning on doing some kazoo covers for 4,000 subscribers. Well, there'll be another stream soon. But yeah, I'm not sure what else I'm uploading today. Since I did a stream, I'm probably just gonna do Cars Adventures. But definitely gonna do a video, releasing my video on my problems with the 2021 two-packs pretty soon. Monster Mutt Poodle. What are you talking about? Monster, what? No, of course not. I have no. But yeah, I think we're gonna end it here. It's been like 90 minutes. We've gone, we're at like, feature length at this point. So, thank you all so much for watching this stream. We're gonna do the thing with Kevin now, I guess. Let me move the camera over. He's gonna fall. I have a mat under him this time, so it's okay. He missed the mat! Man! I put down a mat so we could have a soft landing, but he missed it. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for tuning in. Bye now.